Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And on this edition of the Friendo Club Wrestling Show, whatever we're calling this, we're going to do another Dave Meltzer Guess the Star Rating retro thing. Larson, this time I'm in the hot seat.
And you have no idea what we're doing.
I have no idea. Earlier today, you said something like, you wanted to do a retro Meltzer thing? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then now here we are.
Yeah. So would you like to know what show it is?
I mean, that'd be ideal.
So let's go back to our office days. We used to do our live streams from the office. This is one
boy.
This is one of the
Backlash 2018.
You got it. That's what it is. So yes, Backlash 2018, one of the worst pay-per-views in at least recent WWE history.
This was horrible.
It was a bad show, and the star ratings definitely do reflect that.
Are you anticipating the same for Backlash 2025?
You know, I'm hoping that it's better than this show. I'm not getting my expectations too high, though.
Fair enough.
Given what's
how many
on the card.
This is like back when pay-per-views were like fucking super long too.
Yeah, there's 9 matches on this card.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but I'll go anyways.
All right, first one we got here. Ruby Riott defeated Bayley in about 10 minutes. That's what Dave said. They did an angle before the match where Bayley and Sasha Banks argued about Bayley not helping Banks on Raw, and Banks said Bayley was on her own. It was sloppy in spots. Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan were at ringside, and Logan interfered early. The crowd was really into this, but it was sloppy. Bayley tackled Morgan off the apron, but Riott kicked her once and then hit the Riott kick for the win.
All right, well, he gives me a positive and he gives me a negative. He says it's got heat, but it's sloppy. I'm going to say that means match exists 2 stars.
You're close. 1.5 stars.
What? Jesus.
1.5 stars. So I guess as he viewed it, the sloppiness outweighed.
I guess so. He was like, you know what? I don't care. You guys can give it all the heat you want. Dave knows best.
Next, Seth Rollins defeated The Miz in a little more than 20 minutes to retain the Intercontinental title.
Ugh.
Dave said the following: the crowd was really hot at first. Miz was sloppy early. Miz hit the skull-crushing finale twice, but Rollins kicked out both times. He tried one off the middle rope, but Rollins escaped after a series of reversals. Rollins hit the curb stomp for the pin.
All right, so sloppy but great heat. All things being equal, he's going to give this at least a star over what he gave the women, which means he'll give it 2.5 stars.
4.25.
Fucking what?
Yeah, 4.25.
Didn't he say there were sloppy parts?
Well, he said Miz was sloppy early.
Oh.
All right, Steve, you got 7 more. Let's turn this around, okay?
All right, I'm going to try.
All right. Next, Nia Jax retained the Raw Women's title, defeating Alexa Bliss, 10 minutes, 17 seconds. Dave wrote, Jax was throwing her around. Bliss injured her left shoulder, but wasn't that bad as she was back working by Wednesday. The finish saw Bliss go for the Twisted Bliss. Jax caught her and hit a Samoan drop for the pin. Next came the weirdest thing. Jax did a post-match interview. The crowd was booing her lightly even at the start, but it got worse. She said that this win was for everyone who had been bullied. A few people were clapping, but most were disinterested. It got worse. She said that it's okay to be different, then started doing WWE corporate buzzwords and was dying out there. She said that if you're good enough, you should never change for a friend or a boyfriend. She said that in the end, a bully always gets their ass kicked. This just died. Then Michael Cole started talking about all the anti-bullying rallies WWE does. This took the show down a lot.
Okay, let me ask you something, if I may, because I'm drowning right now.
All right.
In your estimation, is he including the post-match promo?
It would seem to be a rating for the match plus the promo, yes.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to say he went...
Hold on. Before you give your guess, this was the entirety of the write-up for this match, I believe. Yeah. There might have been some description in between the beginning and the finish, but there was no other editorializing in any way.
I mean, he didn't really criticize the match that much. I'm going to say he gave it a 1.25 stars.
There you go. You're on the board.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
All right.
I got a star.
You got one.
All right.
Next, Jeff Hardy defeated Randall Keith Orton to retain the U.S. title, nearly 12 minutes. Dave said, this was just a match. The prior bout took the crowd out of it, and even though these are two of the most popular stars, they never got it going. It really was too slow for this crowd. Hardy won with a twist of fate and swanton. I don't think people thought it was going to be the finish, or it was the finish, sorry, even though Hardy always wins with it, figuring Orton was too big a star to lose like that.
I mean, he said it at the beginning. This was just a match. Just a match is 2 stars.
Is that your final guess?
Yes.
I think we have to evaluate what just a match is, because according to Dave here, just a match, at least in 2018, is 2 1/4.
All right. Well, he gave it a little bit. Okay, that's fine.
You weren't too far off, though.
I was on the right path.
You were on the right path, yeah.
All right.
Next up, Daniel Bryan defeats Big Cass.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Wow. Okay.
In 7 minutes, 44 seconds. That's what Dave wrote. Not much here. The crowd chanted, "We want Enzo." Good luck on that one. Bryan did some running drop kicks. Cass did some clotheslines. Bryan won with a head kick and the S-lock submission. Cass tapped right away. Cass attacked him after the match, giving him 2 Beal throws on the floor while the crowd chanted, "You tapped out." Cass left him laying after a running kick.
The first line was not much here.
Not much here.
All right. Not much here, but he also gave it he added description to it. I'm going to say not much here, but here means there's a match. It's just there wasn't much of a match. So it's a little bit higher than that. I'm going to say he went 2.5.
Should have stuck with not much here, just a match, 2 stars.
Well, okay. I mean, if he said just a match here, then that would have made sense. All right.
Next up, Carmella defeats Charlotte to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship, 10 minutes. That's what Dave had to say. Charlotte kicked her in the head. It missed, and Carmella sold it. Carmella grabbed her belt.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's literally how you're supposed to do a kick.
You're not supposed to make contact with the boot to head there, Dave. Carmella grabbed her belt and wanted to leave. Charlotte threw her down on the floor by the hair and threw her back in the ring. The finish saw Charlotte go for the moonsault. Carmella moved, and Charlotte landed on her feet and hurt her knee. Carmella kicked her in the hamstring and rolled her up. If Charlotte was going to lose like this, why did they break Asuka's streak? Because in the end, it ended up doing nothing for anybody.
Wow. Okay. Some criticism there of the finish. Didn't like the result, I guess. I'm going to say he gave this... he didn't really give me a lot to work with, but he also didn't really criticize it all that much, just the outcome. I mean, I know where I'm hovering. What was the length of this match?
10 minutes.
10-minute match.
On the shorter side.
Okay. Well, match is there. My gut says 1 3/4.
A single star. 1 star.
Jesus Christ.
All right, you got 3 more matches, Steve.
This guy's all over the map, but he's not giving me a whole lot of editorializing.
Yeah. So for 2 of these last 3, there was more right up in the
okay.
chunk before the actual breakdowns of the matches. So I've included salient points there.
All right, thank you.
AJ Styles retained the WWE title in a no contest against Nakamura in a no DQ match. No DQ match and in a no contest. Just wait. They were having a very good match, and then the finish came. Styles hit a sliding forearm to the back of the head in Ushigoroshi for a near fall. Nakamura hit a low blow. Styles came back with a low blow of his own. They traded shots, and both kicked the other low, and both went down. The ref counted to 10, and neither got up. The finish would have been fine 15 years ago in leading to a rematch, but people don't accept those finishes as well nowadays. But it was worse because it was coming 9 days after a double countout finish between the two.
Yeah, their feud was terrible.
Yeah, it was just all involved like hitting each other in the front area. That's all it was.
Which honestly sounds amazing, but they really didn't even pull that.
They didn't take advantage of that whole idea. No.
I find it difficult to believe he'd give.
So he did say, he prefaced by saying they were having a very good match, and then the finish came.
Yeah. So I'm kind of waffling between 2 scores here. I'm going to say he gave it 3 3/4.
Ah, Steve.
3.5.
3 1/4.
Oh, 3 1/4?
3 1/4.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go
he
that
docked
low.
quite a bit for that finish.
My goodness, I guess so.
So I think 3 3/4 is a good guess for a very good match. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 2 left. Let's get both of them. All right.
All right. Let's do it.
Next up, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a tag match. Don't remember this match at all.
No.
Dave said the crowd wasn't much into this. They worked on Lashley and built for Strowman's hot tag. Strowman ran over Owens, but he missed a charge and ran to the post. Talk about an overdone spot.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
Yeah. Zayn went to leave, but Strowman ran after him, threw him in the ring, and power slammed him. That got no reaction.
Golly, boy, this is tough because it's not like he's a big Lashley and Braun guy, but he is a Kevin Owens and Sami guy. What was the length of this match? The time?
8 minutes and 39 seconds.
Less than 10 minutes, not a lot of time either. All right. I'll say 2.
Gotta go a little bit lower, 1.5 stars.
Boy, this is a lousy pay-per-view and a lousy performance by me.
Let's get this last one. Let's end on a high note, all right?
All right. We're going to try.
Main event, Roman Reigns defeated Samoa Joe. That's what Dave had to say. Joe attacked him and they brawled before the bell. Joe put Reigns through a table with a uranagi. Joe threw Reigns over another table. Joe started twisting Reigns' neck. This is when the crowd turned on it. Tons of people were leaving. Others were chanting, "This is boring," and chanting for CM Punk. Joe got the choke again, but Reigns was out with a front roll. Oh, Reigns was out with a front rolling cradle and hit a Superman punch for a near fall. This led to a Rusev Day chant. Reigns hit the spear, but Joe got his foot on the ropes. He went for another spear, but Joe punched him and went for a choke. Joe got another choke, and Reigns made the ropes. Reigns then hit a spear and got the pin. The match itself wasn't bad, and the layout probably would have worked if it wasn't past 11 p.m. The prior part of the card hadn't sucked, and it was 2 other guys in the ring.
2 other, wow.
Yeah.
But jeez, I don't even know where to start
there's more.
On that one.
There's more. But the long neck lock and chin lock sequence by Joe early on led to people leaving in droves. When Reigns finally got the pin, they immediately switched to a crowd shot trying to show people cheering, and instead you saw people rushing out.
Wow. Boy, I got to go back and watch that because that sounds like misery.
Yeah. We spent most of this reaction stream just doing impressions.
Yeah, we just sat there doing impressions.
I'll give you a hint.
Boy,
it's very low.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in there. I'm going to say he gave it 3/4 of a star.
It's not that low, Steve. You got to double it. 1.5.
1.5, okay.
Yeah, 1.5 stars.
I'm lost. I'm lost.
It's
I mean,
hard.
this is hard, man. This era is hard. It's like, yeah.
It's tough,
Just
especially
like,
if the matches aren't fresh in your mind, too.
Like, 0.5 star to 3.5 is kind of the window that you're looking at. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know there was a 4.25 on here, but like generally speaking, this era, not well liked.
No.
And that's a pretty big window that you're dealing with.
Massive window. It is.
You know, he says, "Oh, this Miz was sloppy early, and then the crowd was kind of into it in 4.25. You know, like, and then how is that different? That much different from a 2-star match, Hardy versus Orton? Like, the write up doesn't really give me much.
No, he makes a point early in the overall show write up about how the crowd was really hot to start, and then juxtaposes that against people starting to leave after AJ versus Nakamura.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like the crowd was so over the show that they left before, like,
Where was Backlash 2018?
It was in New Jersey.
New Jersey? Maybe there was some sort of travel restriction. They needed to get out of there by the time the
I think the show was just no good.
Jeez. Yeah, WWE was struggling back in 2018, man.
Got that right.
Struggling. Anyways, oh boy. Well, I
got
one.
That was a tough one.
I got one.
You got
one. I got one.
You got one.
So maybe next week I'll dig out a review for you.
Yes, please.
I'll find something in 2019. See where we're there.
Oh, gosh. That was such a bad year.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Anyways, so hopefully you'll have better luck than I will. That's going to do it. Let us know what you guys think about Dave Meltzer's star ratings for Backlash 2018. What are your Backlash 2018 memories? Let us know in the comments below. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.